2, 3.
And we're live. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Happy full moon last night.
It
was a full moon. Full moon last night. Yeah, I keep up with those things. I used to be a little more.
I was noticing everybody on the internet seemed kind of weird. Maybe it was the full moon.
That's what people use as an excuse. Instead of like really
Mercury was in retrograde.
Right. Instead of really looking at themselves, they use, the cosmic. I mean, I guess it does matter and it does affect you, but try not to use it as an excuse for your own behavior. Anyway, full moon last night. Hey, I want to talk about something really quick before we get started with our workout. And if you're in the space of you want to have a good workout routine, you want to develop a routine, but you're just not there and you don't understand why it really matters. I've been in that space where you see people working out every day like us and you want to do it, but your bed is too comfortable. You better sleep in an extra half hour. And you think to yourself, well, what does it matter anyway? Why does it matter? And I'm going to give you several reasons why it does matter, particularly as you get older. We're the older set, so we've been through some things with our bodies and realize that as time goes on and as we get older, your bodies begin to deteriorate if you're not taking care of it. It's just like anything. If you're not taking care of your vehicle, if you're not taking care of your house, if you're not taking care of anything you have, time will overtake it. I've seen a field, let's say, or woods that have been cleared. And if you don't take care of that, it grows, all the weeds grow back up.
Right. The universe tends toward entropy.
And what is entropy? Talk about that for a second.
Entropy is sort of the lack of order.
Explain that.
Well, the minute that you...
We know what it is.
Well, if you take a person that is alive and compare that to a person who is not alive, the one that is not alive is decomposing, entering into greater and greater states of entropy.
So entropy is decomposing, basically.
Well, one example of entropy is decomposing.
Yeah. So, but my purpose for this conversation is that it does matter that you take care of yourself. It does matter that you have a workout routine, that you're gaining strength, mobility, flexibility. It does matter if you have a family, if you have kids, grandkids, or even if you don't, just to yourself, being able to live the life that you want as you age, because it really matters. You may think, especially if you're a younger person, you may think, well, wow, I feel really good now. This is how I'm going to feel. I eat good. But if you're not working out, building strength, and really
fighting against that entropy,
then you're going to feel it hard and heavy when you get into your 50s and 60s. Trust us. And so that it does matter for several reasons. For not getting injured, it's easier to catch yourself if you fall, so you don't get injured. Or overstretching a muscle, all that stuff. So it does matter. So get up and start with us. If you're having a hard time getting a routine together, just start with us. You don't even have to do what we're doing. If you just get up and start with us. Once you get started, it just becomes a way of life. It becomes part of your life. Both David and I have been working out for years, and it just is part of my life. I do take days off. Sometimes I take a week off, but I always get back to it, and I'm always physically active, and I'm so happy that I am.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Enough for the talk. And it's really all about just getting going and persistence, dedication, keeping up with it. Continuing to do it even if you don't feel like doing it some days, or even taking some time off and getting back to it. Having someone to work out with. And we're starting with talks, and we're just warming up our bodies right now. So everybody up off your couches or beds or wherever you're at watching us. I can see you with your coffee in hand watching us. Dropping your arms down, just letting everything go, letting all of that negative energy from yesterday go, if you have any, karate chop. Same thing with the arms and shoulders, just letting them loose, bending at the knees slightly, gripping with our toes and just letting it all out. Letting all of that things that happened yesterday out of our system. Today is a new day. Today is a new start. You can let go of everything that happened yesterday, or as we're doing our heart openers, be grateful for the things that we experienced yesterday, including the challenges. And maybe you had some good things going on. Focus on that. What happened yesterday that was good? We finished a tile job yesterday. We're gonna be grouting it today, but it's a
For the second time, we finished this tile.
really big shower that has a niche within a niche. And we finally get the tile done yesterday. Today we'll go in and grout, and it's so exciting. A little bit of a beating the temple drum here as we do a little twist coming around and tapping our bodies.
We can go.
Yeah. Neck rolls. Oh, this feels good. My neck is stiff this morning. Could be how I slept. Monday morning, we will be coming live from our Airstream. So you'll want to make sure you tune in for the workout Monday morning. We actually set up, so we're going to be living in our Airstream, and we actually set up a gym outside of the Airstream. We have
It's hard to work out in the Airstream.
Yeah, it's pretty small. The workout is getting through the Airstream without hitting anything. Shoulder rolls. This feels really good. Nice big rolls. But we bought a Cabela's screened-in tent that has. You can also close it up, and that's our gym pretty much, unless we work out outside. So you'll have to tune in and see how we do. This is all new to us. It's out of our comfort zone totally. Again, we're always doing that. But we've learned so much already, and we haven't even left the States. We're going to be traveling the U.S. for a couple of years in our Airstream. We leave in September. We'll be here in Maine and then make our way back to Maine next summer. But we've learned so much about so many things already, and that's what happens when you get out of your comfort zone. When you do things that you really want to do, those big things that you dream about, like traveling the U.S. for 2 years in your Airstream and getting rid of all your stuff, and then actually doing it.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between thinking about it, and you get that little fear, that little kind of thing that comes up and says, you can't do that.
It's funny, we get to go into a lot of very, very, very nice homes doing a lot of custom tile work. And these people, most of them are even retired, and and they've done all kinds of things, and they've got all kinds of fancy stuff and a fancy house and fancy cars.
Work their
and we
whole
tell them what
lives.
we're doing, and the response is always the same. It's like, oh my God, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. I'm so jealous.
Right.
So we had that thought in like January as the new year was coming on. We had this thought, and now we've made it come true. We're actually living it. And that in itself is exciting.
Before we get to kettlebell, we're going to do one more little warm up on the ground.
Okay.
Move that aside because I don't want you to roll into it.
Gotcha.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Let's just do this from the ground all the way down here. So come on down here and come down beside me.
I was just going to watch you.
We're going to practice falling backwards.
Okay.
And so we've already fallen. Bring your hands
That's
up
what
like
we're
so.
doing down
Yeah,
here?
we've already
Okay.
fallen.
You fell down.
So you know how you put your hands at 45s on the.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's what you're gonna do. Let me do it first because we're gonna slap each other up here. It goes like this. Right. Good. Now, sit up like this. So now we're gonna fall from this distance.
Okay.
And it looks like this. Watch first. Right. And you just make sure you keep your chin tucked. Go lay down. Right? Chin tucked. Right. Got that? Good. Now,
It's okay, Bugs.
from here.
She's wondering what's going on. It's okay. We're okay. Nothing's happening. There's nothing to see here.
Go lay down. Now watch.
Oops.
And now you can use the figure 4 method to come up.
Okay.
There you go.
Something.
Now we're going to fall from here. And it looks like this. A little late on the slap.
Okay.
The slap is so that you don't go all the way over backwards.
Oh.
The slap is to keep your momentum. There it is. Nicely done. There it is. That's tomorrow we do falling forward.
Oh my.
Okay.
Actually,
falling forward,
Monday.
falling to the side, and falling back.
Okay. So,
Okay.
so basically, when you're falling back, you break your fall with your bottom and your arms.
Right. If your body's gonna hit the ground, get your tailbone to the ground as quickly as possible.
Mhm.
Right? So like this is what happens. This looks familiar. Somebody pushes you or you trip over something and you're going trying to catch your balance.
You hit it on your arm,
Right?
you break your arm.
What you have to do is stop stepping back. You have to get your feet together and your butt down. So that's what I would teach. I would say take 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3 feet together, butt down, and stop. Because you can't stop your fall until you get yourself on the ground. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, bring your kettlebell to the middle of the floor. Feet on either side. Yeah, put it advanced a bit. Fold at the hip, knees stay where they are. Tilt the bell forward, grab it with 2 hands. Seat your shoulders. 10 double-handed swings. 1, 2, 3. Now one hand, keep it in one hand. Other hand. Now alternate hands. And set it down.
Fun.
Very good. Okay. We're going to swing to the rack now. Bring it up a little higher. 1, 2. Change hands. And freeze. Now watch this. You're going to swing, change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Set it down.
Cool.
Okay. Bringing it all the way overhead now. Let's do some long cycle. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Change hands. One. Two. Three. Four. Put it down.
Consider that a quick drink while you proceed.
So the next one is we're going to do the snatch all the way overhead.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
Here we go. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Change.
Whoops. You get the
One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Pull it in. Set it down.
I need to get the cue.
That's very nice.
Cool.
So let's move on to our legs. We'll start with our calves. Now there are two big muscles in the back of your calf. You're going to isolate them, putting your feet straight ahead. It's going to work the medial head of the gastrocnemius. If we pronate our feet, press, we're going to do the outside or medial head. So, starting with the feet pointing straight ahead. Kettlebell in front. Swing it to the rack position. Feet pointing straight ahead. All the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swing it to the outside, bring it around and up. Point the feet out 45 degrees. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set it down.
You can also do those with doubles, which is
Okay.
kind of cool because you have both the same weight in both each side of the body. But I don't have two heavy ones because we're not in our
So
studio.
on the back of your leg, like I said, you got this big muscle here, gastrocnemius, soleus below that. But in the front, you've got this muscle here. This is called tibialis anterior because it's anterior to the tibia. So we're going to work on that one. So you're going to slide the kettlebell back so that your back is to the wall. Bring it fairly close to you. And it looks like this. You're going to pick it up and place it. Next foot, pick it up and place it. Then you're gonna work your way back.
Oh, it hurts the top bones of my foot. Hurts the top bones of my foot.
Hook it here,
Oh.
not here.
So you're hooking it at the base of your toes. I can't do that yet. Okay, I got it.
This one takes a little while to figure out.
Well, and it's a little different for me too, just not using it as an excuse, but I've had foot surgery, so my toes aren't.
This is definitely going to work your balance, core on one leg.
Really different.
Definitely different.
Yeah, it's
I used to have to
painful.
go across the dojo floor and back with these.
Huh.
Okay, grab your bell, come back to the middle of the mat, swing it to the right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a squat and then step back and lunge.
Same leg.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're gonna switch hands. So it goes like this: squat, step back and lunge. Change hands.
Okay. Regular change hands.
Yep. Squat. Squat.
Oops.
Squat. Whoop. I'm doing it wrong. Squat.
I want to pull that leg back because we've done that exercise before.
Two more.
Yeah, because the brain wanted to go to the other
Mhm.
exercise that we did with that. So that was
Yep,
interesting.
yep. Mary, oh, Perry.
Who is it?
I thought it was Mary, but it was Perry.
Oh, hey, thanks for joining us. We're still in the midst to see who I have online. Marilyn, my friend Marilyn. We got the lotion, by the way. So if any of you,
Thank you.
yeah, if any of you are looking for Mary Kay products, Marilyn Swan, my beautiful friend, and she was a childhood friend. Her family lived down the road. Always my favorite place to go because we could do anything we wanted, just about.
The cool parents.
Yeah, it's a cool family. But anyway, she's a Mary Kay provider, consultant, expert. So if you need products in the Mary Kay line, we use the night cream. David uses it
The pink stuff.
on his
Extra
face,
long and night cream.
and I used it last night overnight, and I think I'm gonna have to steal one of the tubes. We bought 2 extra tubes to travel with, but for David, but one of those is mine. I've confiscated it.
All right. How are we feeling?
I feel good. I mean, it's Friday, so I have the Friday feeling, which is, a little tired, but I'm ready to go.
All right.
What do you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking about doing some windmills.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with the low windmill so we can get our form going. Put the kettlebell to one side, handle east and west. Point your feet towards it. Back hand on the hip. Other hand, palm forward on the inside of your thigh. Take note of your back leg. Make sure you're not tilted this way. Make sure you're straight up and down, right? And then it goes back. The front leg bends until you reach the bell.
So think of yourself as like a little wooden toy.
Yeah, you remember the little bird?
So here's another pointer. Last night we were watching an old video from a year ago that we did one of our first kettlebells when we got back from the UK, and I was doing sort of Turkish get up, and I totally could see that I was not using my hip at all. I was using my body to lift myself up.
Right, you're bending your spine.
And I could see it. We could see it in the video. So,
it takes a while to be able to see these things.
But it was kind of cool.
All right, so here we go. Hand on the hip. Kick the hip back and keep it going back. Grab the bell. Seat the shoulder, tighten your core, and the hip goes forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, going to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, set it down. Now, take note of your back leg. Now the other leg. Kick it back. Bend the front knee. Grab the bell. Seat the shoulder. Tighten the core. Push the hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
that's a great booty exercise.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes. And when you're doing it right, you can feel it. So I must be doing it right because I could feel it on my booty.
It takes a little bit to get this,
I like that.
but all the motion happens from the glutes.
Yeah,
And,
that's amazing.
and what happens is people will still do this. They'll start it with their glutes, and then they'll be reaching down like
Because their glutes don't move any
because their glutes don't move any further. Right.
I'm one of those that tends to do that. But if you practice this, you'll get the flexibility or the mobility of your hips.
So start the exercise and go down till it reaches its extent that it can go. Right? Now, you feel it here stretching, right?
Yep.
Don't think of stretching this muscle further. Think of firing here harder. That is what you follow me?
Yeah.
It's the
Which is not
other,
what you would think about.
Correct. People think, oh, I have to stretch my glute. No, to stretch your glute, you have to fire your psoas, which is on the other side of the joint. The harder you fire it, the more it stretches your glute. Flexibility. The ability to flex your psoas is what you're talking about here. Not your ability to flex your glute.
God, so opposite.
I know it is. It's the opposite of what people think. It's because our education system sucks. Our phys ed teachers are just people who have a degree in history but can't teach. Sorry. There are some phys ed teachers out there that are amazing.
Yeah, let's tone it down a bit. He is who he is. And there's nothing wrong with that. You are who you are.
All right. Sorry, it's just my experience.
Not everyone is like that, but the point is when we were in school and even today, we're not getting taught the things in life that we need to get taught.
No.
That's the problem, and it still goes on to this day. There's a lot of teachers that are dedicated, and but what we're teaching our youngsters in terms of our body, how it works, how to use it as you get older and how to use it on everyday level is horrible.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
yep. Okay, so now we're going to do this from a overhead position. Make sure that your form is exactly the same as the low windmill, only you have one above you. Your eyes must be on the bell, because when it starts to move off of that plumb line, you have to be able to see it and fix it before it's too late. All right, you ready?
Mhm.
Point your feet to the front. Swing the bell to the rack. Press it overhead. Lock out. Turn your feet, hand on the inside of the thigh. Tighten your core. Look at the bell. 1. 2. Going to 5. 3. 4. 5. Point the feet to the front. Pull it in. Change hands. Press. Point the feet to the left. Eyes on the bell. Tighten the core. Move the hip. And back. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5.
It was a lot harder with the bell.
Yes, it's a lot harder with the bell. Very nice.
But we did it.
Very
Hey,
nice,
everybody.
folks.
I hope you have a great day today. We are so happy that you joined us today. So happy that you're here with us, helping. We're helping you. That's what we're here for, and helping ourselves, because we stay accountable. When we get up in the morning and we don't feel like working out, we're like, hey, we have people waiting for us. So I hope this is helpful to you and that you create your own morning routine. It is the foundation of your day, the foundation of your life. Most of all, take some time, every bit of time you can today, to really enjoy your life. Pay attention to what's around you. If you're driving, look at the traffic, but look at the trees. Wherever you're at, enjoy the things around you, the people that you have around you and supporting you, and everything. This is what life is for. So we will see you Monday morning. We're going to be on location in Thomaston, Maine with our Airstream. So you'll have to tune in to see whether we'll be outside or in our new gym that we have created. But we are here to help you create your life. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.